must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
In any developed democracy, or natural democracy, or developing democracy, all these three tenets stand with independence of views, but not interconflicting views. They run on consensus, but above all rises the governance structure of a government. There is a head of government who is the president of the Republic of any country. For example, Kenya. He represents Kenya in the international community, foreign policy, internal policy, health policy, legal policy. He cannot be a president without telling the people, showing the direction on how the legal framework is being utilized in any of his, on the citizens of his country. Therefore, President Uhuru Kenyatta stands as a symbol of the nation who should be respected at all times. Respect can be equalized, but there is more. That's why President Uhuru Kenyatta was sworn in by Maraga, but not as an equal to Maraga, but as a president of the Republic of Kenya. Equally, when the Chief Justice comes to swear in, where does he swear in? In who? That shows you the power matrix that lies in this state of governance, the structure of governance, of governing a state and a democratic institution. Therefore, it is only men who stopped outside classrooms, who did not know, who will not know, who are not able to know the difference between the judicial and the chief executive of the executive, who is the president of the Republic of Kenya. So whom does he pay allegiance to? The president of the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, under Article 171, 1A, it is very clear that the recommendations made by JSC in Article 172, 1A are very clear. The president received the recommended names, but has to sit down to make his decision on how, whom. It takes time at times with this recommendation that some of the intelligence must be corroborated with international agencies, especially when it touches money laundering. Therefore, on this one, President Uhuru Kenyatta is right. Thank you very much, my viewers. Thank you very much. All over Africa, presidents are beginning to change constitutions. The constitutions that were made to give term limits seem to have no meaning to the current situation in Africa. Whenever we reach election time and the expiry of the tenure of office, presidents in Africa try to change their constitutions. The recent case of Guinea, where President Condé has tries to change the constitution to go for another third term or fourth term, has sparked violence that has left several people killed and some arrested, imprisoned. The question therefore is, why is Africa and why are African heads of state changing constitutions? What has made it difficult for presidents to retire and go back? There are few countries in Africa that adhere to the constitution, namely Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Kenya. These countries, Botswana, Namibia, Angola, some of these countries, when it comes to adhering to the principles of constitutionalism, they have never changed their minds. Are there conditions that make them fear? Where is the fear? What makes people? Thank you very much, viewers. Welcome to Unfiltered show. Uncensored, that will be led by Miriam. She will tell us, what story do you have in Africa? This is Dr. Matanga from the Political Command Center of Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting all the way from Nairobi. The city, the weather is cold, very cold, a bit. Outside, some parts in Mombasa is hot, rainy. Thank you very much. We are sorry we don't start with our weather to tell you how we are feeling down here. So the conditions are beginning to change. When you see people having flu, don't panic. It doesn't mean it is. Corona, there's no more flu that passes around Africa in those conditions. In Britain, in UK, America, South Africa, the weather changes. So good afternoon, Miriam Ogutu.
A very good afternoon to you indeed, and I think we've started our winter now. I know we don't get to the levels of snow and all that, but this should be our cold season. I think it has officially started as we even get closer to July.
Yes, and we shall be getting colder, the colder. Whatever blanket you have, make sure that it doesn't have holes. Yeah, because a blanket is supposed to keep you from the cold. But if you have a blanket that has holes, then you must be endangering your legs or your body where the blanket will fit. So ongeza kitu ngine. If you can't have it, at times, funga Kenya flag.
Yes, the beautiful.
Like me. Yeah, let's go. Miriam has the stories that are making us laugh in the entire Africa.
Yes, and yes, indeed, for our viewers who might not know, Unfiltered, we usually a bit relaxed, and this happens to be one of the favorite shows of Dr. Matsanga. So we start with stories that are trending, of course, in Kenya and across Africa, and indeed across the world. And so we look at those, and we start with Kenya today, where Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has warned Tanzanians to stop celebrating the end of COVID-19, saying the virus is still there and would easily kill people in large numbers. Now, while sharing a video of a church in Italy where a preacher had to put photos of his deceased congregants in their sitting positions, Sonko said if Tanzanians failed to take care, they may be heading in that direction. In a Facebook post on Sunday, June 14th, the flamboyant county boss maintained that coronavirus pandemic is real and there's need for Tanzanians to keep social distance, contrary to what President John Pombe Magufuli has been advocating for. And I know, Doctor, this morning you woke up with one thing in your mind to make it very clear.
The video.
So
Can they show us?
do we have the video production of
Yes.
the Italian?
Bring the video, then I can roar
Yes.
on Sonko.
So do you think Sonko, I don't know, is Sonko right in advising the Tanzanian president, and will Magufuli listen to Sonko?
Sonko, how can Sonko tell Tanzanian president when Sonko gave people food? Then he added their brandy. He has a point. That one, Sonko has a point. There's a point he's making. Tanzanians should not celebrate because we don't know the figures. We don't know how many people have died. At least countries in East Africa have the figures. Sonko, on that one, yes, kudos. But Sonko himself, also when advertising and trying to control COVID-19 at the beginning, gave food and put in a miniature of brandy. Brandy softens, but it doesn't cure. Brandy makes life after food, breaks the particles. Yeah, thank you, Governor. But before we go to that, there's some news, breaking news from State House. In Nairobi, some outside employees tested positive to COVID-19. The president and the family are safe. There were not employees who were close, but a spokeswoman of State House, Kanze Dana Mararo, issued a statement just a few minutes ago, which was also aired by several news agencies.
So there has been a COVID-19 case in State House, but it's not touching on our President Uhuru Kenyatta and his family or officials working there. It is from a State House staff, is it?
Yes, it says, as part of the proactive measures being implemented to contain the spread of COVID-19, State House staff are regularly tested for the disease. The tests are conducted on all staff, including His Excellency the President and members of his family. During this last week, mass COVID tests held on Thursday, 11th of June, 2020, the year of our Lord. 4 persons of the members of the staff were found positive. The infected officers were admitted at Kenyatta University Teaching Referral and Research Hospital in Kiambu County for treatment. There you are. The whole statement is there.
Absolutely, and you see
The
that.
House would like to remind the Kenyans that every person is at risk of contracting COVID-19. No one is immune to the disease. Wash mikono, stay away, keep distance, wear mask. What? Talk of the mask. Becca. I am alone, that's why. Wear mask when you are going out. Wear your mask. It will save you.
It will absolutely, Doctor. And thank you there for demonstrating to us even the right way of wearing the masks, because people, this has been some of the reasons why Corona has continued to spread in the country. People don't wear the masks the right way. So that is the right way to wear a mask.
Hold there. There's something new. And we are innovative. Kenyans are always innovative people. If you have a problem with an unmanageable weight, look at this. What does this?
It says, is that I am brave?
Yes, I am brave. So what do you do? You do it, you put it here. All right? Here. All right? And here. All right?
Oh, that is the purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
That is so interesting.
Yes. Yes.
Doctor, I need one like that one.
Look at me.
That is so interesting.
Brave. Look at how innovative I am. These things don't squeeze you. Look at me. I can walk the whole town without any pain. This thing is real. It is real. It is real. It is real. It is real. Wear your mask. Usipishane na Mungu. Look at that. It has fitted so well. If you want to adjust, you just adjust. Slowly.
That is very, very innovative there.
Thank you very much. Help the government, my television station, us with the media, we help to spread the gospel of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And the people of Kenya. It's a community television. Don't tell us stories. Community, otherwise they will switch us off. If we don't spread the messages, I swear they will switch you off. Soon, this Twitter might not be free. So we must spread the message. We must teach people how to do these things.
We must do our part.
The government does not die. You die. You have never been buried with your wife. You never. Or your husband. You shall run.
However much you love them, yes.
And however much you love the person. Wallahi Mungu utaenda peke yako. Wacha kudharau the ministry regulations. Wear your mask. Thank you. Asante, can I take it off now?
Yes. All right, quite innovative there, Doctor. Thank you for demonstrating to us even the creative.
Miriam, yes. There you are. This is how I dress. So behind here, then, if I'm going in danger zone,
and that will be where? The bank? That is the danger zone.
The bank
Where
is
is
still
it?
behind.
Oh, supermarket. Which one is the danger zone?
Yes, supermarket where everybody is coughing, cough. Yes, I am equipped. Can I show you my other suit? I'll show it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, we are trying to show you must be prepared. So with this one, you speak, you can talk. Some things come through the ear, eyes, they will stop here. But still, you have to put on your mask just to be inside. Wear it first, then cover the nose. This face, this one here, plastic mask helps from the eyes. So those who think that we are not doing our job, God bless you.
All right, and we just urge everybody who's watching us and all our viewers out there, please keep safe, whether you're in Kenya, wherever you are. COVID-19 is all over the world, and so wherever you are, make sure you keep safe, because we need you here tomorrow, we need you here next year, we need all of us to be back here even after the COVID-19 is over. We need us all to be safe and healthy after all this has been said and done. So, Doctor, we move to our next story on Kenya before we head over to that fight that the minister had there with the Chinese in Uganda. So still in Kenya, Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula has called Central Organization Trade Unions Secretary General Francis Atwoli has told Atwoli to stop interfering in the region's politics and confusing the Luhya community. So what Mr. Wetangula is saying is that Atwoli is the greatest hurdle that has been interfering with Luhya politics every election year. So according to Wetangula, the doctor spoke about it earlier in the morning, but today he went to the national radio earlier today in the morning, Mr. Wetangula, the Bungoma senator, and he said Atwoli, he is just the master of confusion when it comes to the Luhya community.
At least he hasn't said what Atwoli is a thief. Who is worse? A man who is talking the truth or a thief? Who wants leadership? Atwoli is not seeking for leadership. Atwoli's age is gone. We are going sunset. Wetangula is the one seeking leadership. If I was Moses, I would keep quiet, because Moses has so many skeletons that can be cracked in the cupboard. And then wait for Atwoli to answer Moses. He ran out of the house in Canaan. That's all I can tell you. Luhya people, cool down, sit, respect elders, don't insult people. Atwoli is saying what everybody is seeing. You are running to pick money somewhere. At the same time, you are coming to be a friend of the president. Or you want to be this way. Go your side. Stand where you are, and then Mudavadi can never win this country a vote. Mudavadi is not clean. We gave him cemeteries to look after here. He sold them. Anybody who has been investigated of corruption, shut up. Cook, pop, chile, cemetery, local government, cemetery, ziliibwa. It is very bad to sell a cemetery, sure. You are selling dead bodies inside. So that one, no kudos.
And just like you said there, I think Atwoli will respond to that. I'm sure he will do that. He will waste no time.
Seriously.
By the time we come here tomorrow, yeah, he would have given a rebuttal to that. And so we go to our next story, which is a video clip of the minister in Uganda fighting with the Chinese. I don't know whether he was a contractor or what, but let production play the video first.
This is for laughters.
Right, I think it's playing. They're saying the video is playing there. I'd like to see
I
the
can't
video
see the
there.
video
Yeah.
play, but
Well, they're saying it's playing.
you have seen it.
Yes, it started playing there. So hold on. This was a Chinese. Right, I think it's playing. They're saying the video is playing there. He was fighting with the minister.
The minister is the one in a dress.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
These
fighting with the
are
lady.
Chinese miners
Mm-hmm.
who were mining illegally.
Mm-hmm. In Uganda.
Yes, the government ordered for them to be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this tape shows you what Africa is going to be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I chose it. One Chinese has been beating all these boys.
And,
you know,
but
one
this minister,
China, that one there.
this lady minister, she's no joke.
Yeah, you see one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even the minister, this is the minister of minerals.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they are beating. There is one thing, I want you to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Fully. You see, that's the minister. What type of country is this?
And where is the minister's security detail? Because
They are,
that lady
they are the
could be
ones
hurt.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And listen carefully the words they are saying. Oh, this is the minister. Yes, one Chinese is dying. They are also dying with him.
Can you imagine, doctor, doing that in China as an African? They'll shoot you at a pack.
Look, Miriam, look at the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the life we want in Africa?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the way we handle people in Africa? They are 2 weeks, let them finish first, then we analyze.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it. The way they are beating these Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Was there no better way of arresting them? There is another clip where Ugandan police and the security agencies,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you have seen it, where they are beating one man, 2 people. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that one telling us this is Uganda?
Mm-hmm.
It's not China. Then why did you go there to bring their things here? That's the minister. The Chinese are saying, where is the line? Where's the warrant?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the warrant?
Yes, they're demanding for the warrant to come and, of which the minister should have.
But one Chinese man has defeated them. You know, Kanakunja Ule, that he's a security man. 0. He's very short, but he has fought a battle.
You see, I can't even talk. It's a lot. It's a lot to digest. But also, maybe they should have used a different strategy. The arrest
He
should have
has
done
also
different.
caught the security man, the one who came to arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Now the minister, you see, they have beaten him. That is very bad.
Mm-hmm.
That is very bad. That's what happens in our country. Look, They can't even put this man in a car. He has refused.
That is something quite interesting there. Okay. But I think they should have used a different.
No, I want us to. What is the difference with America?
But, and then look at the lady. Look at that is the minister, doctor. That lady is minister. I can't even. She can be hard. These are men. Somebody can throw a kick. She's a woman. She's not even supposed to be going physical with this man here.
The Chinese has disturbed. What about if they are many?
And you know, in the next 5-10 years, they're going to be very many around here. Oh, that is something.
So, viewers, such stories are the stories that make Africa very funny. What is the use of laws?
Yeah, they could have come there properly with the papers.
Of laws, Miriam, what's the use of laws? Why don't you tell the Chinese ambassador to go to that place, call these people, summon them quietly, bring them to a police station?
Like, you remember the ones that were caught beating some Kenyans who owned a restaurant somewhere in Kilimani there. I think the police went there and arrested them, went there with a warrant, and they went to the police station, and, you know, they followed the due course of the law. Because when you start fighting them like that, you know, you can hurt them because they're few.
You can easily kill these Chinese.
Yeah.
Imagine in that car, all men who have been beating this man in the open. What about when the man is in the car? They have killed him almost. There are many Ugandans disappearing in Mabila forest and in the rivers in that format. They can throw that Chinese in the water, in the lake. So this type of behavior is not very good at all. Arrest the person, take him to the police peacefully. Come with your papers, take them to the police. Don't do this.
And if they're in the country legally, deport them back to their country. Yes, there are proper ways of doing things. I agree with you. That was not the best way to handle that situation. They would have done it in a more proper manner. Yeah.
Next.
I'm still that video is quite something there from Uganda. And next is also a Chinese who has opened a barber shop in Zambia. They're saying no, Zambians can't cut our hair, so we're just going to put up our own barber shop, and then we're going to cut hair there in Zambia. So let's watch that.
Let's watch.
All right, I think there, as we wait for that. Yeah.
But as we wait for this to come, Miriam, in our country, there was something that happened which had Idi Amin. Yeah, that is in Zambia now. What you are seeing on the screen is Lusaka, Zambia, where a trade officer has confiscated licenses. They have discriminated blacks.
That is the reason one.
Reason two.
Labeling prices in Chinese, so it's discriminating people. I say that. Now that's a problem.
Reason three, such laws do not allow
apartheid.
Yes.
Segregation.
Yes.
Oh Lord. Only allows English, labeling in Zambia there, because that is the language that it is used there as national, outside of their national language. English is the language that is officially, used in and also closed sign only applicable to blacks. So they're saying this barber shop there in Zambia, doctor, from what I get, then this Chinese barber shop was on the wrong, because if you were in Zambia, somebody came here in Kenya and put up a barber shop, or we saw that also with what do you call it, Chandarana, the other time, where there seemed some racism over, I don't know, black employees and things like that. You cannot go to someone's country there and start bringing some bad manners there. If you're there, then make sure you get along with the nationals of that country. You're welcome to do business as long as you're doing it the right way. But also, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't discriminate on Africans when they're in your country, and then you come to their country and you want to discriminate on them. But I like the manner in which the Zambian official, perhaps carried out this, because we did not see any physical altercation like we've seen in the previous video. So, but I don't know. By the time, doctor, somebody comes to your house to disrespect you in your house, you must have allowed something to make them think it's okay.
Another, Miriam, I don't know whether you have arranged this.
Mm-hmm.
This is, yeah, go ahead, speak. As I said,
as you look for that, I'm just looking at, because if you're having and I see a lot of Chinese restaurants, and I eat in Chinese restaurants. There are few of their dishes I really enjoy, but when these restaurants, because a good number of Chinese also go there, so they have their signs, but a lot of them in English, because this is Kenya. You cannot come and put signs there in Mandarin. That is not acceptable. So you go to Lusaka, Zambia there, and then you open a barber shop, and all signs, all prices, everything is in China. That is not Chinatown. That is unacceptable. So I think they're wrong. The proprietors of this business are wrong, and they should change that so that they become more accommodative to the rest of Zambians there.
The next video that we are waiting to see.
Yes.
I don't know what you had in the line as they prepare that one.
As I'm still stuck there. You come to my country to discriminate against me in my country. I have a problem.
How do you write in
Mandarin? No. That is, but I don't know what is it that, doctor, we've done, that they think it's okay for them to come here and just run their own game, and we are supposed to be okay with that, because that is not just happening there in China. But we've in Zambia, we've seen this behavior across Africa, and the fact that they think they can actually do that and get away with it, we need to re-examine ourselves and why we allow things like this to happen. So as we wait for the next video there to be played by production. A very interesting thing happened, doctor, as well in Nigeria, where now the Nigerian president has ordered an investigation after security guards reportedly shot into the air at his palace. The incident reportedly happened following an altercation between one of president's aides and his wife's bodyguards. Now they have been arguing about the need for a presidential aide to self-isolate after returning from a trip. And some of the First Lady's staff had been arrested. So Mrs. Aisha Buhari has been very busy on Twitter castigating the government by her husband because some of her aides were arrested following an altercation. Her bodyguards were trying to refuse one of the presidential aides to be around the presidential palace because he had come from Abuja, and one of the laws, or one of the requirements that Madam Aisha Buhari was insisting on, is anybody who is coming outside of from another state should go into isolation because, of course, of the obvious risk of COVID-19. And we know President Buhari and his age and all that. We don't want anything happening to President Buhari. So her bodyguards are trying to stop one of the president's aide, and so they shot into the air. And I'm just wondering, so Mrs. Buhari has been tweeting asking for her aides to be released. So I'm just wondering, could she not just walk into the bedroom and tell Buhari, hey, look here, this shouldn't be the case? Why is she tweeting? Do they not live in the same house? I don't understand.
It is very interesting, you know, the relationship in Nigeria is really confused like the oil in Nigeria. It flows upstairs instead of going down. It's a tragedy of Nigeria. Nigeria, the first lady doesn't talk on the same language. You remember during the elections, this first lady who has billions of dollars. That's the problem when you have a wife who is richer than yourself. She's richer than Buhari. She has banked 2.5 billion. $2.5 billion, Miriam, in the United States Bank. She wanted even to divorce Buhari. On this one, because of COVID, she can be right. She's trying to safeguard the husband who's almost 90. Is Buhari not 90?
Not yet. I think he's still in 70s, late 70s, if I'm not wrong. But I know he looks tired, but he's not even 80.
The video, this is very good. This woman, Miriam, is very ambitious.
Mrs. Buhari.
Yes, she's ambitious.
You can tell.
Very ambitious. You know, I have a feeling that one day she's going to be contested for presidency in Nigeria. Yes. She will. Watch my words. And by the way, give her kudos. She's very beautiful.
That she is. She's
yeah, beauty.
She's
Mama,
something.
Beauty. You are beautiful.
She's easy on the eyes. Yes, indeed.
Kudos. She's preventing corona.
Yes. So she's been tweeting, Doctor, and she's wanting the authorities to make sure that you know, her staff is released from you know, the police cell, and to order to avoid their lives to be endangered or exposed to COVID-19. So the fact that she would take on Twitter to address something that she's supposed to be addressing with her husband, who is the president of Nigeria, I think is what astounded a lot of Nigerians there, and they don't understand why the First Lady will choose to tweet instead of knocking on the president's office and say, hey, this matter needs to be sorted out. We are not even supposed to be knowing what happened.
Thank you. I know that, Miriam. If you have a story, a good, interesting story, not a fake story, the real story, send us a clip. We shall play it. We shall show the world. Don't send us a fake story. Now, Miriam, you have another one?
No.
Let's bring our story of Kenya. The chairman, the president of LSK. The other week, I told you this man harasses women. Now, this is the true video which was sent to me by two ladies. 3 of them are senior lawyers. They said, Matanga, help us, help us. Play the video. Play the video.
President, please, I sent an email the day when the notice was sent.
Can I finish what I'm doing?
Yes.
Or if you want to continue disobeying my authority, just walk out and go. Walk out and go.
I have to put this on
No,
record.
walk out and go.
I have to put this on record.
I've
because
told you, let us finish number 16, then we hear you. Did I not say that?
to finish. This
Bernard, as the president types, what is so good about non-strategic?
And because you're going with the grid, all of us are signing the statement. You print your part, you sign. Is that in order?
Yes. President.
Dida, we're addressing the issue of Aluso, who we said we'll address as soon as we're done with you. Can we finalize it fast?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My request to the members here is Aluso signs a part of the letter or leaves us with the digital signature if she's leaving. That in order?
Are you?
We agree, you can go. But you can give us your digital signature.
I'm waiting for permission to speak.
I've asked the members first. Is that okay, members? Bernard, is that in agreement?
I'm in agreement, Mr. President.
Madam Faith?
In agreement.
Linda?
Yeah.
Okay. Madam Herin?
Agreed.
Madam Beth?
Agreed.
Madam Mudevu? Madam Riziki? Mr. Mwanza? Madam Angawa?
Agreed.
Madam VP? Fine. So the question on the floor, Madam Aluso, is that you leave your digital signature and then you can go for your meeting. We don't have an objection of you leaving. What do you say?
Okay, so I would like to leave the meeting because I had initially indicated via email that I would be leaving at 1 p.m. because I had a prior engagement. And so that's the reason I have to walk out of this meeting. As to my leaving my digital signature or signing this document, I cannot give you my e-signature because I do not have an obligation to sign any documents for the Law Society of Kenya as a council member. The charter is clear that the president is a spokesman of this society. In your first address to the membership, when you took office,
Madam Aluso, don't condescend. The council has resolved. You either you give your digital signature and then you leave. If you don't want to give your digital signature, just say you don't want to give your digital signature and leave. You're not here to fight me.
but President, do I not have a right to give reasons as to why I'm not doing what
No,
you
just
want me
say,
to do?
yeah, and don't personalize your contest as you want to. Give the reasons why you don't want to give the digital
Okay,
signature.
my reasons are, one, I do not have any authority to sign any documents from the Law Society of Kenya as a council member. That authority lies with the office of the president and the office of the CEO. The council charter is also clear on the role of the office of the president as a spokesman of the society.
Are you through?
No. I had also requested for this document we are discussing now earlier on email for my preparation to be able to contribute to this debate adequately, but the same had not been availed, and so I feel highly inadequate. I can't contribute to this debate in a sitting, yet I had indicated earlier that I would leave the meeting at 1 p.m. as I was making a request for this seat. So for that reason, I will not give my e-signature, and also I will not be signing this statement as requested by the council.
Thank you. You are excused from the meeting.
Mr. President, there's something that Modi had raised. I wanted to explain.
President.
Sorry, Ndinda, sorry, I'm on the floor. I was saying there's
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay.
It's okay. There's an issue that Councilmember Mudeu had raised on paragraph that of 16, yeah? And she said that anybody layman reading this or any other party would not know what Mr. Paul or Mr. Kennedy are, but I'm indicating kwamba as we start, it is already well stated out in the description.
Your seat. She seems, I don't know if she's expecting or something, so yeah, somebody should have offered a seat for her, even as they proceeded with that meeting there. Doctor.
Miriam, I don't talk lies. When I say somebody is very dangerous, I mean it. Is that the way to run a serious organization that keeps human rights? You harass women. The woman wants, she was only, not democracy in LSK. If you are a lawyer going to court, going to argue that you are democratic, how do you argue now you are democratic? She wanted to go away. Don't say, sit down. Either this thing, there is intimacy. You know, if you argue with a woman and the woman songas njaa, finger like this, iko kitu inamuuma.
First of all, that lady doctor seems expecting, so maybe she was running for her appointment with the doctor. I don't know, from what I'm seeing now here.
Okay, look inside there.
Maybe she's just fat, I don't know.
It's possible that she could be expecting from
yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, so
Harvey. The expectant could be Harvey.
We don't know that, doctor. Maybe she's someone's wife. Maybe she's someone's wife.
That's why we are saying we don't know.
So we have to protect families.
They should have given her a chair.
Yes.
I expect that woman. She might have moves. She might be somebody's wife.
And mother.
But the family, if I'm the husband and I see the way you are treating my wife, haki ya Mungu naingia hapo, wewe hata building hiyo. I don't know where the husband of this lady is.
That is a professional office.
Naingia hapo na kutwanga. Tunatwangana. And all the women seem not to be comfortable. I want you to study imagery.
They seemed to be on a teleconference, and they were communicating.
They don't seem to be comfortable.
Because they're seated from where they're facing. There seems to be from a teleconference, and they are communicating with other members through teleconference who are not present, physically present in that meeting. So maybe that's why they're seated the way they're sitting, because they're listening to what is happening there, and also what is they're communicating with the rest of their colleagues from, I think, the teleconference there. And yeah, I don't know what to make of that, because I don't know the premise of that meeting, and I don't know the standard procedure there at LSK when they're carrying out their meetings.
Miriam, please.
Yes.
Mama, a standard procedure in a meeting is the sense of, it's like me calling you on the boardroom in that headquarters and start biting you. All the time when I call you all people, we make jokes. We give everybody a chance to speak. Haven't you listened to my speeches? I might come when the matter is so high, but I cool down. By the end, we leave, everybody's laughing.
Yes.
Have you seen me ever insulting you people? No. Okay, another video. This one is deadly. It is trending. Why we are putting it here is because the Chief Justice himself has actually posted on his line. Watch it. Put it on. Don't say it is from us. Some put the video from the Chief Justice's handle.
We're back.
If
So
you don't,
you're,
there you are.
Yes.
Have you seen that? Miriam, how on earth was this man created? How? How do you put this? It is from his handle. So the question here,
so they're saying people are determined.
saying,
Yes. He's
it is
saying,
him saying
yeah,
now.
he's saying this is
You
how
play
low.
bad.
Yes.
If they put your pictures out for nude pictures, do you get go and put them on your timeline and say, look, I am here? Amen.
Yeah, but I think some issues that have been raised in that video in regards to the vetting process, which was done in private. And I think there was a reason why some of these processes are supposed to be done, I think, under the public view, because these are people who will go and serve the public, and these are people who have served the public before. So I think having done those vettings of those judges in private denied even Kenyans who perhaps had something to come and say against, these judges who are being vetted, over a case perhaps they presided over misconduct or something like that. So I think the vetting of these judges, as it has been in the past, should be done in the open, unless somebody has something to hide. So on that, I think, it is a problem.
Thank you very much. You know what? Today we woke up on the right side, all of us. Look at this. Journalists, you know why I'm playing this thing here now? We are journalists. You are a journalist. I am a journalist. We are accredited. We are supposed to know if Maraga had allowed people to publicly hear the reasons, why did Maraga chase us outside and got a court order to block us journalists? Now we have obtained. In fact, we didn't want to put those two pictures, the names, the hotel, the days, the baby. We don't want, never stop a journalist, especially an investigative journalist. He will blow you out. Journalists, you remember how many journalists were roughed outside the court, at the building. They were told to leave. There you are.
All right.
Thank you very much. I think this is for laughter and for thinking. On a sober mode, this country, Kenya, needs sober minds. This country, Kenya, needs redemption, reconciliation, forgiveness, accountability, restitution, reparation, and above all, it needs healing. This country, Kenya, needs three arms of government to work together. The times are not good. These are bad times when COVID-19 is striking several other countries in the world. This is my take. I hope they are taking it. When other countries are having turmoil due to COVID-19, we need to cooperate. We need leaders to show us direction. We need people who can support the president. We need people who can give respect to the president. The president needs support because we don't know when It is not, we don't know. We have no fixed date, no fixed time when this COVID-19 will end. We are going backwards, forward, back. The whole world is in a total confusion. Therefore, it is very important that the Chief Justice either takes a route of redemption, forgiveness, walks across, looks for people who can speak to the president to make sure that they sit down, iron their differences, to give Kenya a direction. If he has any differences, the government has said these side shows of bringing in impeachment motions, removing the Attorney General, you will not remove him from the Attorney General. It is not necessary that the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya should be a lawyer. There's no law. There is no law in Kenya that says for you to appoint an Attorney General, he needs to have studied law. No. It's not a requirement. It is the president who looks among us lawyers, because you will be dealing with law. But they can appoint Matanga and they become an Attorney General. Yes. You don't need to be in the certificate of Mr.
Wako.
No, Mr. Harvey, in order to be an Attorney General. No. So even if you remove the certificates, with the Solicitor General, he cannot go to court, but he can send there other people. So what have you seen the Attorney General in court? When? We used to see this other one who wanted to show that he knows more. This is why he said, come on. My friend, Gifu, the mortician, because he wanted to get his career and go international court of justice. But it's not necessary that the Attorney General can appear in court in person. He can administer and send other lawyers. He can hire Oraro. He can hire Mwite. He can hire Ngatia to go. So whatever action that Mr. Nelson Harvey is doing, those are the trending topics of the day. Unfiltered. We get these things direct from the owner's Facebook. If you post something and we feel it is very good for punchline, we shall use it. So we have a disclaimer. The tape of Mr. Harvey came from 3 women who were angered, who are making a petition to oppose what Harvey did. There are now 6 of them on the council. So, Mr. Harvey, when you fight a government, spare some space for your own shock. When he calls a meeting next, people might not attend. That's how governments work. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and our viewers. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet here tomorrow, 9 a.m. for Daytime Express. Good evening.
peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.